Hey, I am the governor of college football. Yes, sir. The mayor of college football, a.k.a. Downtown Nino Brown. Yes, sir.
Welcome back to CFB Nation. I am your host, Nino Brown, and you can put all the milk boxes away, all the milk cartons. We found him. He's alive in the flesh. Jared Gray, a.k.a. Boomer. This is Overreaction Mondays. We're filling in for the gang. KT, Moon, and Mikey, they're on the road again. Media days. Let's get into it, boys. How we doing?
I'm just happy to be back.
I'm happy to have you. It's been a
good
while.
to see you, brother.
Dino?
It's been way too long. Let's just put this out there. I apologize. I worked way too much. I need to quit.
Hey, don't tease us with a good time, buddy. Dino, as always, how we doing?
I'm excited. We got Boomer back, so that's enough said.
Yeah, it's been a while since.
By the way, the mustache is awesome.
I'm glad you like it because my wife
Chef's
doesn't.
kiss.
So.
Oh, it's coming. He's gonna get the curls going like Daniel
yeah,
Day-Lewis. Watch out! I can't. Oh yeah, baby. It's that guy Brian in the house, Boise State fan. I should say like enthusiast. He's in the house once again. Appreciate you, Brian. All right, we're gonna get in some rapid fire. 10 words or less on your answer. We're gonna go back and forth here. You ready?
Let's do it.
Dino, you're up first. Who finishes with the number one 2026 recruiting class?
Ohio State. I'm trying to think. How do I get this in? They got more opportunities to rise.
Okay. Boomer. Terrell Pryor sued the Buckeyes over NIL? What?
Easiest way to put this, your time has passed.
I love it. Dino, Cam Coleman, TJ Moore.
Cam Coleman, physical freak.
Okay, and shout out my guy, Michael Anthony, Dynasty Dogs. He had asked me that question. I had to put it on the docket because I felt like that was one of those right there.
100%.
Boomer, Josh Hoover, Rocco Beck.
Give me Rocco Beck all day. I'm here for it.
This is the only one I would probably go the other way on it, but both of those guys I think are going to have great seasons. And that's right, Brian. Pryor needs the money. NIL didn't even exist at the time. Come on, man. All right. Dino, Jonah Coleman or Justice Hayes?
Jonah Coleman, because he's a starter. Could have probably been top 5 running back last year in the draft.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, boom. You ready? Bowling Green will win how many games under head coach Eddie George?
So glad I got this bowl bound first year.
Ooh, I love it. And that was 9 on the fingers, I believe, right?
It was, sir. It was.
Okay, all right. Dino, Sacramento State will win how many games under first-year head coach Brennan Marion?
We talked about it last week. I'm going with 9 in a deep playoff run.
I'm loving this right now. Boomer, Big 12 off how many teams in the playoff?
1.
Wow. All right. Dino, to close out rapid fire, and this is one I'm a big fan of. I'm on the train. FAU wins 9+ games in 2025.
Under.
Ooh, I think that they are asleep. Everybody's sleeping.
I got 7.
Got melatonin sleeping with them right now. I think with Kitley, Caden Veldkamp, Easton Mesna, I think that trio, guys, the three amigos there, I think they're going to.
So my only thing is that 9+ wins, you're saying that they're a potential playoff team.
I think they could win that division, and I think that they're a potential. Yeah, I think they could. I think they're the sleeper that everybody's looking at. Like,
I think they will win the division. I don't think they get 9+ wins.
Okay, but they had 2 last year, so 1, I think.
So they're definitely going to improve.
Huge turnaround. I just think with the talent, I think Caden Veldkamp's getting slept on. I think this kid has the opportunity this season to kind of work his name into this quarterback class if he has a big year. They messed around with it in Western Kentucky last season, not having him be the starter and coming in with, I think it was TJ Finley or whatever, and then in the end, Veldkamp ended up being the guy in the end of the year anyway. Follows his OC. I'm thinking that in FAU, I think these.
Could they change TJ Finley to Van Wilder? Like I need to know.
Hey, no, that's the dude that was in Miami. That's Van Wilder.
Yeah.
All right, that was our closing out, rapid fire. Thank you, gentlemen, for sticking to the 10 words or less. I appreciate it. Now let's get into, like Brian said, right here, real quick. Memphis got this real hard today. Speaking of which, University of Memphis offered over $200 million to the Big 12 for entrance into the conference, and Commissioner Brett Yorkman said, no thanks. Memphis was willing to forego. This is the thing. There was so much that they were willing to give up. They were willing to forego 5 years worth of TV revenue, right? And it was at $250 because I think that they were going to give $50 million dispersed throughout the schools in the Big 12 as well. And Yormark said, nah, bro, we don't need it. My question to both of you, I'm going to start with Boomer first, but my two questions to you are, we'll start with the first one. Why didn't this deal ultimately go through? Was it a Yormark flex, or was it because of the quality of the product? Boomer, you're up first.
First of all, I think they should, do a news headline. You know where Paxton Lynch started crying when he was the Denver Broncos? They should just put him right there, same aspect, because they should be crying. If you're willing to spend $200 million to get there, bro, what? I mean, lack of talent, don't get me wrong. We've seen some ballers out of Memphis. We have. I mean, there's been Anthony Miller. Lynch was really solid when he was there. I can pull 2 or 3 running backs, Gainwell, right? Really solid one-pump players.
Hennigan recently, right?
100% with you. But it's in spurts. I need a team that's willing to come in and contribute every single season. At least when you're bringing in, teams like TCU to the Big 12, they were dogs when West Virginia came off of Slayton, and then when you came in, you need to show me you were top of your conference coming into the Big 12, right? What's Memphis been? Honestly, consistently. They've had a 1 year, 2 year really good. So for me, it's a lack of consistency, and that's why the Big 12 ain't going to take you.
Now,
you have one program. You don't have multiple parts of your program that are good.
100%. They're coming with a quarter of the pie. They don't have the whole pie to present. Like Brian's saying here, he thinks that he's throwing Pac-12 a bone. I don't think so. I think it's a little bit of a Yorkman flex and a quality of the product. The Pac-12 wanted him, and Memphis said no. Well, not necessarily Memphis. Memphis wasn't really on the fence, but also the committee was like, nah, not right now. So
that's a lot of traveling if you're Memphis to the Pac-12, though.
Well, I agreed, but I mean, look at the ACC. I mean, Stanford and Cal are going cross country, so I mean, the travel thing kind of is out the window. But I think that Yormark is trying to be a homeboy Sankey. He wants to be as big as Sankey, and he's showing him the Big 12 is going to be. We might be number 3, but we're going to be knocking at that door as, little brother saying, we ain't very far down the road. Texas State was the pickup because they couldn't get Memphis. I agree. Okay. But when was the last time Memphis, was a dominant team? When was the last time anybody was talking about Memphis? When was the last, I'd give you top 60 pick out of Memphis in the NFL draft? And I think that a lot has to do with, we talk about all the time. You got to crawl before you can walk. And then you got to walk before you can run. Dino, what are your thoughts here? I just think Memphis was kind of jumped the gun a little bit. And now they got to kind of be screwed if they try to go to the Pac-12. Because I think the Pac-12 have every right to say, well, where's some of that money for us?
Yeah, I'm 100% with you guys. The Memphis is kind of throwing out that stage 5 clinger girlfriend vibe right now, like pick me sort of thing. But at the same time, in today's sports aspect, it's all about TV markets. And Memphis doesn't bring diddly squat as a TV market, especially when you got a bigger city just a couple hours away, like Cincy right there too.
Right.
And I'll agree with you. Memphis product across the board in all sports hasn't been the hottest lately. I mean, football is barely scraping by. Basketball is always in trouble with Penny as their coach as of lately. And I could see Big 12 being a little bit more interested if their basketball was worth anything, because, I mean, that would help just as much as if the football was. But, I mean, ever since John Calipari's left, Memphis hasn't been anything basketball-wise, so you can't even hang your hat on that. But at the same time, passing up $250 million to spread around that's laying it on the table right there. So I think looking at all that, Brett was just like, it's kind of a power play by him, and I kind of tip my hat to it. And then to touch on the Texas State, as the Pac-12, I would much rather have a Texas market than I would as a Memphis market. So, I mean, it just boils back to Memphis is kind of shit out of luck right now because I don't think they bring anything to any conference, no matter where they go.
And I'm going to tell you something right now, and I haven't heard anything about it, but I wouldn't be shocked if in a year or two, Oklahoma State was part of the Pac-12 and not part of the Big 12.
I think that's a better fit.
Right? Because the product of Oklahoma State over the past couple seasons really hasn't been good. Gundy's about to get shit canned probably midway through the season. They're going to have to start over. I don't know any coach that's running out the door to go coach at Oklahoma State, right? So I think that,
Les Miles?
I was just going to say, you think Les Miles comes back?
No,
maybe. But I mean, now you're just, needle in a haystack. You're hoping and praying here. I would think that Oklahoma State.
Hey, let me tell you who the next head coach of the Oklahoma State is going to be.
Who's that? Go ahead.
Zach Robinson.
Ooh. Comes back.
Did you leave as offensive coordinator in the NFL to go be the head coach at Oklahoma State?
No.
10 million a year?
Dude, there's a chance that
bottom
he
of
could be
the
a
Big
head coach.
12.
He could be a head coach next year in the NFL, bro.
That's
With
true.
the turnover over there and how everybody wants the hot young stud before he becomes the stud. Like, not the Oklahoma State, bro. You got to put something. They're coming to Thanksgiving dinner with rotisserie chicken, bro. Like, that's what Oklahoma State's bringing to the table right now.
You think Oklahoma State, though, would back the truck up for Coach Marion if Sac State goes 9-10 wins?
I don't think Oklahoma State. I think Oklahoma State's going to get pushed off the doorstep, bro. How about that? I think there's going to be other schools.
They should have ran the table last year, and they're the worst team in the Big 12.
They fell off, bro. Fell off.
You expect to run the Big 12, and they got ran over. It was wild.
Yeah, I don't see it. I think that Oklahoma State could be the team that bounces before Memphis comes in, and then like you said with Penny. Up and down. You got a good year, then you're in the news for some kind of controversy, then you have a shit year, then you lose a recruit. It's kind of, they don't have everything else to bring to the table. Again, I
think Arizona State was what people thought Oklahoma State was going to be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, they got to show me more, though. I mean, you can always, go out there, pawn star status, and put 2 on the screen and be done, right? But I want to see if you have longevity. Give me, Johnny Sims and not, 1 year wonders here. I want to see the longevity before I crown Arizona State. But they look like they're going to be doing okay. Now, I kind of preluded to a little bit, but what's next for Memphis? Is it the Pac-12? And if they go to the Pac-12, what do they have to do? Brian says Gonzaga, but Gonzaga would only be going into basketball. They don't have a football department, right? So they don't bring anything to the table there. I don't know. It's just there's a lot of right now. It's kind of throwing the dots, but I think the next team to go will lead to domino effect in other conferences. I kind of going to get into it a little bit later in the show here. But what's next for Memphis, Dino? Before I flip it over to Boomer,
Memphis, they got to start playing the long game because I don't see them actually making it into one of the big conferences until potentially 2030 when ACC's media is up. Because long-term, I think Cal and Stanford go back, especially if the Pac-12 or Pac, whatever you want to call it, forms themselves another conference. And I think then maybe the ACC might take them.
All right. Boom, I'm going to kind of, before you answer, I'm going to go right into the next question because I think maybe the AAC, which is
it still called the AAC or is it just the AC?
Now it's the American Conference, right? Or is it the Atlantic Conference?
Athletic Conference?
Athletic Conference, yes. It's just the Athletic Conference. No more American. No AAC. Now, has this rebrand, bringing in a brand ambassador, Soros, the mascot, whatever you want to call it, do they see a little writing on the wall here with Memphis trying to scoot? And they're like, you know what? We're gonna pull the cloth underneath at the table. We're going to slip the tablecloth down and be like, you know what? We're going to rebrand in the hopes to maybe expand addition by subtraction. You guys want to go? Go. But we're going to make this conference more pleasable, and maybe we're going to have something more, to draw more teams in, and we might expand while you want to get out. What are your thoughts here, Boomer?
So my biggest issue is like you were the American Athletic Conference, now you're the Athletic Conference, but now your new mascot is the bald eagle kind of thing. So if I was going to go the Athletic Conference, wouldn't it be like some dude like lifting weights or like
It's
holding his arms out with every single like ball on him, like not the bald eagle that I would think would be more American Conference.
Well, it's to keep that vibe, but not have it there. I think they're trying to get away from the ACC, AAC type deal there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Confusion. I think by them keeping the ball deal gives them that American, appeal. Oh,
Let's go back to the WAC, bro.
Dropped athletic. That's what I think that Brian says here, that they dropped the athletic and it's just the American Conference now.
Oh, it's the American Conference. So okay, then the bald eagle matches. Then I'm good with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it is the American. I am my fault. It's the American Conference. They got rid of the athletic.
I'm okay with that. Then the bald eagle matches because it was definitely messing with me there for a second.
But do
I'm
you
good
think
with
this
it.
is a setup for expansion? Do you think that they're rebranding to kind of set themselves up to maybe draw some, because we saw Texas State leave, so Sunbelt's bringing somebody in, right? That's already happening. Now, whoever comes into the Sunbelt got to come from another conference. So are they
Or
gonna
move up.
Right, or move up from exactly? And we've seen teams like at Sacramento.
There's always one team that's outside of that conference that'd be like, you know what, you could be our Debbie Darling. Tell me why Texas Tech wouldn't be that team.
Texas Tech to the American?
Would they not be the face of the team, like the league? Like it's kind of like when Oklahoma and Texas were in the Big 12. They're the face. Like that. Once you lost them, you lost a team. But Texas Tech has so much money in NIL that
they got
it doesn't matter where they go.
26 million reasons why they can't go to any other conference, bro.
But
And they have almost like with how wide
$26
open the
million
Big 12
is nothing.
They could win it any year.
Oklahoma Tech spent 160 to leave the Big 12. 26 million.
26 million is what they spent in NIL this year, bro.
That's not. I'm telling you, dropping a bucket for them boys.
That's
Yeah, they got oil money.
All football.
They got loyal money. Yeah, 100%. They got that loyal oil money.
Yeah, they don't want to go down, bro. They want to go up. Texas Tech, it wouldn't.
But no, I could see where Boomer's coming from. Imagine they're in an American, and every single year they're 12-0. They're gonna get the recruits over a Navy, over a Memphis.
They pulled the number one
over
softball,
and they win every single
from
year.
Stanford.
You're locking yourself in the playoffs
I think that
every
they don't
single
tear
year.
down.
So I could see that, but I could see where that could come from. But again, they could almost win any year in the Big 12.
It's nice to be the Debbie Darling. Could you imagine being the Debbie Darling every single season? Now they could be in the Big 12 because they're not super strong right now anyway. But if you went to the American Athletic or the American Conference, you could be the face of America.
You're right. I mean, I see what you're saying. I just think that with the Big 12 had so much parity that every year they could be in the top running, especially with the money that they're bringing in.
Texas is the biggest state. They could be the America's team. I'm just
you don't think
here
that
for
I think recruits, I think that the schools in the SEC, the Big 10, and the Big 12 will look at you. Had to tear down and be good again, huh, boys?
Bro, money talks, and we've seen that in NIL. It don't matter. It don't matter who you are.
I'm going to throw out a
You're going to get
basketball
paid to go somewhere.
Gonzaga's pulled 5-star recruits every single year, and they play in the Western Conference, whatever.
They've pulled 5-star recruits since they started to be the Cinderella team in the tournament.
Which has been 20 plus years ago, though.
Before that, you could. It was all. Before
but you got to start somewhere, though.
Too.
You got to start somewhere.
Gonzaga didn't go from the Big 12 down to make it happen. You see what I'm saying?
No, they went from a Division II to a West Coast conference.
All right, but they went up. You're talking about Texas Tech going down, dude. And I don't see why. How many people from the American Conference going to the NFL on a yearly basis. Like, I don't see the recruits going to say, yeah, I'm going to go to the American Conference because you're willing to throw all the money in the world at me. Yeah, money talks, and this is the day of NIL. I understand that. But there are a lot of people that want to go to the school that's going to get them to the next level because they're there for football, because they know that the bag is at the next level.
Is it? I mean, Dylan Gabriel took a pay cut.
Right. What? Right now. Right now. But if he's a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns,
come on. He ain't gonna be the starter.
I don't know what I've heard. What I read today was that he's impressed everybody at his.
Hey, he's a dog. He's a short dog.
An offense, like his.
He ain't gonna like. I'm not saying he's a terrible
Kenny
quarterback.
Pickett already.
He ain't gonna be the starter.
Oh, Kenny Pickett ain't nothing.
So how long do you think that 47-year-old Joe Flacco is going to make it? The whole year? There's not a chance in hell.
I think. I really do.
Wow.
I'm here for Dylan Gabriel to take over. I mean, they've already let one OU quarterback go, so I mean,
Gabriel's quarterback 3
right now.
Right now.
You think
not according to the Cleveland Browns?
I'll take it.
As someone who lives 90 minutes from there, Gabriel's quarterback 3.
Okay. I got a funny feeling one of them gets cut on that team. They're not starting the season with 3.
And his daddy's going to call pissed off. That's who's getting cut.
Wow, that bad, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Hot take McGee out here.
Hot take dog right there.
All right. Next topic here. And it seems
before we jump there, can I just say, can we talk about like how knockoff this name is? Like, why do we need a second American conference? Like, we got Conference USA. Why do we need like just another version of the same conference name?
Savage.
Like
dude, this mustache done got you.
He now woke up this morning and chose violence.
Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we got Conference
USA.
Like,
I see you.
The butcher. Daniel Day-Lewis, the butcher.
And I'm going to say, I said it in our group chat. That mascot, logo, whatever, is horrendous. It is.
All right, let's say, hold on, real quick.
It is horrendous.
Because we're talking horrendous logos, is the American saw, the mascot saw, or is the bison for Indiana worse? Which one of those?
I would rather take Indiana's bison just because, I mean, what else are you going to put as a Hoosier? Besides someone playing basketball, but you want a basketball
bison
person?
It's not even the same name, though.
No, I understand. But okay, you want to start with that route? What the fuck's a cardinal and how is it a tree? You want to go Stanford?
I understand.
Hey, what about Maryland's mascot?
It's a terp.
A terrapin is a turtle.
No, who's the one with the red blob? What mascot?
The Hilltopper?
That's the Hilltopper. Western Kentucky.
Yeah, that's like Red Grimace.
That's the worst mascot on the face.
I went to Durfee, and our name was the Hilltopper. At least it had a guy climbing a mountain.
That would make sense. That would make sense. Yeah, then a red blob. Yeah.
Yeah, the red blob's terrible.
All right. Well, I think this next conversation and topic might stir the pot a little bit. Herb Street was on a podcast over the weekend. And he stated that former Vols quarterback Nico Iamaleava left the program for UCLA ultimately because of the product around him and not the bag. Do you believe Josh Heupel put the best product for not only Nico to have success, but to boost his stock for the draft? And we'll start there. You go up first, and I got one more question. Dino, you're up first.
Do I think Heupel put the best product out there? No. I mean, we saw the receivers that core took a massive drop from the year prior to last year. Outside of Squirrel White, I don't know if I could name you 2 more wide receivers that played for Tennessee last year. And I mean that with the utmost respect to them. But
I think Dante Thornton was there, but I don't think he had a very good
year. I don't think he had
his hype came with combine, and then he went to the Raiders.
And I mean they had a couple younger guys too, but they didn't really sniff the field that much. And then if anything, we saw Nico stock tank just because Josh Heupel didn't even change it at all. Like we had talked a bunch last year, that offense is not meant for Nico.
Nope.
And as a coach, OC, whatever, whoever you want to put the blame on, you got to tailor your offense to fit your team. And we saw no adjustment at all in the offense. So to go back and answer your question, Heupel dropped the ball big time.
And you look at Portal this year, I don't think he made it any better.
He might have made it worse. He might have made it worse.
Agreed. And I'll stir the pot because Boomer hasn't been here for a while, and I want to see what his take is on this. We've talked about it, D-Now, before, and I want to bring it up and see what Brian and the people in the chat have to say. There were multiple games where I questioned the coaching style. Like Dylan Sampson, 22 rushing touchdowns. He was your workhorse. You just went away from like 2.5 quarters. Whole first half of a game. No, let's see if Nico, who's been cold for 5 weeks, let's see if all of a sudden Nico can put the team on his back and give us a lead. And then all of a sudden, midway through the third quarter, you decide to put Sampson in, and the kick goes off for 22 carries for 260 and 2 touchdowns. It's like, what's that coaching decision for? Why? Like, I feel that they didn't see eye to eye early, and I know the father played a role in it because he likes to chirp, right? But I don't know if Heupel, as a coach, you're supposed to be able to.
As a former quarterback,
you
he should see that his quarterback's struggling.
Ego's got to get checked, bro. You got to be looking out for the best interests of these kids, because in the end, they're kids, bro. Your ego, you already got paid for your ego and everything you did when you were in college. Now it's their turn. Like, I don't know if Heupel did the best by Nico before the whole bomb blew up. Boomer, what are your thoughts?
Obviously, should have won the Heisman. I truly believe that.
I agree.
Heupel should have won the Heisman when he was in college. He hasn't been checked as a offensive coordinator since he got fired at OU. Is what it is. He balled out at Missouri. Yeah, but as a head coach, he peaked. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you should have gone to your strengths and stop trying to convince yourself that Nico was the guy and let the guy struggle and let Dylan run. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the good thing is for me, I get to see the struggles, who you were. His best called game ever was against an SEC team in the Sugar Bowl with Trevor Knight at quarterback at Oklahoma. By far. I don't care. You can give me any game you want to on the planet. That is the best called game Josh Heupel has ever and will ever coach, period. I mean, it is what it is. Because if you were to tell me that Bama team that they played against was going to beat OU, honestly, yeah, you're right. As a fan, I prayed you were wrong, but nobody saw that game coming. I mean, even as a fan, for me, that's where you peaked, right? But then you went to Missouri, coached your ass off as offensive coordinator. Maybe that's just what you are.
Right.
Maybe you're just a really good offensive coordinator. So, I mean, I think another guy, Lincoln Riley, peaked yourself as a offensive coordinator, and I mean, you can't coach a quarterback to save your life. I mean,
you're reading my mind, Boom, and I'm glad that you brought it up. I'm glad I had you on the show because
I'm allowed to hate on my OU guys because it is what it is.
Here we go. Josh Heupel can't develop a quarterback. He needs
1,000%.
ready, right? He had to go out and get Hendon Hooker from somewhere else, right?
Dog.
He had to go get Joe Milton from somewhere else. That these guys have already been on the systems for 2 or 3 years. He can't develop a QB. Nico was raw as shit. And when it didn't work out the way you wanted, the first QB you had to kind of guide and groom, and it didn't work out and got a little pushback, you literally went back to the chip on your shoulder from not winning the fucking Heisman, got all in your feelings again, and we're like, yeah, screw you. You know who I am? You know what I did? That's not what you're supposed to do, bro. That's not as a leader of men, not as a grown-ass adult that's supposed to be grooming these kids, not only for football, but for life. And I think in the end, this is going to come back to bite him in the ass. I've been saying it for a while. I'm going to say it again. I think by the end of the year, the Vols fans are going to turn on this guy, and his seat's going to get real, real hot.
Oh, I think it's hot already. I mean, the only thing that dude's picked up is a fork lately. So, I mean, it is what it is. My guy's just not. He's not a head coach. And the thing is, when he thought he was that dude, he got fired at Oklahoma. I mean, he peaked at Missouri. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, what he did at Missouri was phenomenal. But like you said, he's not developing players, and you can't tell me you can't have the fandom because Tennessee brings in 110,000 a game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know,
yeah.
But there's a thing about Tennessee's cursed. Butch Davis had 5 top 10 recruiting classes and couldn't get to 500.
Crazy.
I mean, that dude was crying like last year when he played OU, I think, at Arkansas State. I'm literally crying. But, I mean, that was the best game probably Oklahoma played besides Bama.
It's been what? How many years since the Sheriff was in town? Yeah, exactly. Brian right there. He wrote it. Has been cursed since Peyton left. It's been that long. Since the Sheriff left the Tennessee, they've been shit.
T. Martin.
I was going to say T. Martin, the year
T.
right
Martin
after Peyton left.
bro.
All right, it was a previous. So that was the following year, and then they went down.
Yeah, after T. Martin, they've been.
But then T. Martin put all of his load out on his for life.
Oh yeah. He put it out there that
season,
1 year,
and then never did anything anywhere else after that again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you 1,000%. I think if they haven't turned on him already, they're turning this year. I agree. He better blow somebody out the water.
You agree? That is, he could get possibly turned on.
Super hot seat. I mean,
Heupel, 100%. 100%.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
I've been on record saying I think some of the Tennessee players laid down against Ohio State before the game even started.
Because of him or for money? Because everybody says it was a money thing.
Both.
I think it had more to do with him than the bags.
I mean, everyone wants more money, but if the coach is just like, nah, F you, go out there and play, or we got what we got sort of mentality, then yeah.
But I agree, Brian. I agree already. If Tennessee wants to be, I think if Tennessee wants to be relevant in the SEC, I think Heupel's got to go. I think Heupel's next gig is going to be an OC again.
That goes right back to the other side with Oklahoma State. Who do they get?
I think at Tennessee you could pull in a better name than you could at Oklahoma State.
Do you know what they 100% do? You name Peyton Manning as the GM.
The Sheriff would come in for that. I think he wouldn't do it until Arch is gone. Because he's got too much in play with Arch. Because they were asking Arch, if you need help with a playbook, who you calling? Peyton. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't think that they want that. You're over here in Tennessee, but you're talking to your brother. So when Arch leaves in 2 years, Peyton can come in there and be the GM or whatever they want to call him, head of football operations. We talked about it when we talked about, Brian Kelly. If he was on, I would take, the Utah coach. Shit, if Brian Kelly got fired, bring him into Tennessee. I would take him in Tennessee.
There ain't no way. I don't think you can fire Brian Kelly what he's done. I mean,
thank you, Boomer. These guys are killing me last week.
Hey, I'm sorry. That in 3 different programs, that dude has lifted each program. Cincinnati lifted. You can't tell me he didn't. Lifted Notre Dame from nothing, by the way, because they were doing nothing before Brian Kelly got there.
At that point.
And then you come in.
Thank you, Brian. Brian Kelly would be worse. Waxed. Brian Kelly would be worse. Sure, he can win you fucking, sorry, my language, 9.
He's a leader of men. Something different than
leader of men with his fake accents.
Hey,
like, is that the guy you want leading your men? Some phony?
Whoa! Hey, he might be phony to get him in the building. But he gets them to win every year, right?
Yeah, he gets them to win the regular season.
But Heupel can't even get them to win during the regular season.
Yeah, okay. At Tennessee and LSU, sure. What is the ultimate goal if you're a high-level program like that?
Natty or bust.
Brian Kelly ain't going to take you there.
Neither is Josh Heupel, though.
Oh, 100%.
I think Brian Kelly gets you closer. I think Brian Kelly would get you closer. I think Brian Kelly
might get you to the first round.
Brian Kelly's going to get more 5-stars over there.
That may be. But you can have 20 million 5-stars, but if you don't win shit with them, you're just another coach.
Hey, real quick. Hey. And this one, where do you think's harder to play? Touchdown Jesus or Tennessee?
Oh, Tennessee.
Okay. LSU or Touchdown Jesus?
LSU.
Tennessee or LSU?
LSU.
Depends if it's a night game.
Night game, Tennessee, bro. I'm telling you.
If it's a night game, I'm going Rocky Top.
Dude, I love LSU's crazy, but Tennessee's dude. It's hard to even get a ticket there, and this is 100,000 plus.
What we talked about last week, and I'm gonna bring it to Boomer real quick before we go on to the next one. I've watched Heupel miscoach games.
Oh, 100%.
I've seen just this year alone. I haven't watched Brian Kelly miscoach a game. He can be fake. He can dance. He can talk like he's something. He does. I have not seen him miscoach a game where his decision made them lose. Again, I watched guys in the back of the end zone drop wide open balls. I've watched guys not cover assignments to get their quarterback blown up for fumble. I've seen that. I have not seen Brian Kelly call that play or say, you're going to do this, and they've lost because of him.
I legit think Brian Kelly's a top 3 coach that has won a natty, period. I will stay behind
I'll put him in that box. Top 3 coach that hasn't won a natty, yeah. I know. I understand. I know the Notre Dame connection. I'm sour taste in your mouth.
What do you think? Cincy alone here for it?
He's never left the program worse than when he came in. Never.
No, he hasn't. I'll give you that.
Hey, let's put a crazy name out there. What about Urban Meyer
for Tennessee? I don't think he goes back to an SEC school.
Why not?
I think there's one SEC school he goes back to.
Bama? Gators? Do you think he would go back to Florida?
I don't think so. Not after all the drama that came with 90% of the players he coached at Florida. I don't think they'd touch him.
Want to know why they would take him and why he would go? If he calls up DJ Lagway and DJ Lagway says, Coach, you come, I'll stay.
I don't think the boosters or the AD would touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Who are you getting better than?
I think he would go to Tennessee before he goes to Florida. I really believe that.
Oh, I'm not saying Urban's a terrible coach. I think Urban's one of the greatest coaches to ever do it. I just don't think Florida wants all that drama.
He'll treat you like dog shit. He'll get the best out of you.
Top 5 coach of all time when it comes in college football. Period.
Oh, 100%.
Hey, I think Florida's had enough, bro. If it's time to go past Billy, if Billy can't get him to 10-11 this year, right? If Billy don't get him 10-11,
10-11 this year.
I'm just saying.
Tell me this: as a Florida alumni, right, or Florida previous coach, would you take Urban Meyer or would you pull Bob Stoops out of retirement?
I'd call Steve Spurrier instead.
Bob Stoops coached at Florida.
Bob Stoops has been coaching at the UX as the XFL, right?
Bob Stoops ain't coming out.
Nah.
Hey, money, bro.
100%. But like the backstory, the fact that he's even in the XFL coaching is baffling
ridiculous.
Because the reason he stepped away from Oklahoma is because he wanted to be done the same age his dad died. So the fact that he's still coaching is baffling.
They winning though. Did they just win?
They winning, bro.
I think he just won the championship, so he ain't going nowhere.
They've been winning. Hey, I mean, what did he do his last coach game in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
I've also heard. I don't believe he's ever coming back. I said it last week. I still think he's done. But I heard Nick Saban
college football is like
could be a thing.
I can't believe Saban left when he left. So there's that.
I mean, NIL. He was like, "Fuck that shit." But
yeah.
Maybe now that it's got a little bit more control over it, maybe. But when have you seen? This is why I don't want people to think I'm hopping on a Florida wagon, but I've been talking about them for a while now. So it's not just like last year I was picking them up and people told me I was crazy. So you can't say I'm hopping on a wagon when I was the only guy in the wagon, right?
Only guy in the wagon.
I was the only dude there. My paddles were bit off by the alligators, but I was the only one in the boat, and I still made it to shore. But when was the last time Florida kind of had a buzz like this? Tebow?
Yeah, Urban.
Chris Leak.
Who's right? But who's the coach?
That's the name you want to throw out there, Boomer?
Chris Leak won a natty.
Great football player, terrible person.
37 years old, bro.
Google him.
Oh no, Chris Leak was
won a natty.
I was thinking about Chris Wanke. He won a natty too, right? Didn't he?
Oh yeah, like 30.
37.
Chris Leak might have the greatest spiral I've ever seen in my life. I'm being dead on it.
Who?
Dog
Chris
shit
Leak?
person though. Dog
Chris
shit
Leak.
person.
Yeah, he was a dog shit person on the field too, bro. He was worse than Hernandez.
Dog shit person
on the field. Hernandez.
I would say was worse than Hernandez.
Not off the field. I would say on the field. Hernandez. The stories you heard about Hernandez on the field and in the locker room alone, you're like, this guy was just absolute lunatic. Leak I heard was not the best.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But
he might still be in jail.
It's a good chance. All right. Big Ten Commissioner Tony Pettiti stated that he heard enough, and I'm with him, about the Michigan Wolverines and the sign stealing. Pettiti even sent a letter to the NCAA Infractions Department saying that Michigan deserves no more further punishment Do you agree with Pettiti? Should they have, like, do you agree with Pettiti? And my other question is, should they have just ripped the Band-Aid off in the beginning, gave him a big suspension or a big fine, and be on our way? I feel like it's been, almost a year and a half. Moore's going to sit out the first or whatever 2 games he wants to sit out. Dude, Harbaugh's been gone. It's year 2 in the NFL, and we're still talking about sign stealing. They put a fucking Netflix special out. The minute that shit went out, that shit should have been stopped, bro. We never should have heard about fucking sign stealing ever again. Shane Gillis, you are a GOAT, bro. You go down in the Hall of Fame. ESPN will probably never have you on again, but you are a GOAT, dude. And, you didn't find that one funny? All right, on to the next one.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts here? Should I have just ripped the Band-Aid off? Dina, I'll go with you first. And have you had enough here now? Are you a Pettiti? Like, enough's enough?
Yeah, I'm 100% with them. Like you guys have been saying, it's been year 2. They haven't made a decision other than Michigan self-imposing some suspension for more. I mean, if they really cared, it would have been done and over with within 60 days. But at this point, they don't give a crap. So, yeah, I'm done with it. Just move on.
Boomer.
Should have got. They should, like you said, should have ripped the Band-Aid off early, right? It took Shane Gillis to bring it back to life for even have a conversation again. I mean, legend. Going to see him in like a month. So, but 100% with you. They should have just done it right away. Call it good. Harbaugh's gone. Impose implications. Call it good. Hey, you can't go to the playoffs. Like, can't do this. Have a good day. That's what I've done. But yeah, at this point, it's ridiculous.
If Harbaugh was staying, 8-game suspension, done. Half the season, whatever, 7 games, 6 games, whatever it is, whatever the half the season was.
I think it would have had to been like a Harbaugh suspension and maybe like
a huge fine,
or even like, hey, you can't go to the playoffs for a year or 2 or something. Like,
I think if you lose your head coach for half the season,
major,
and
like
you give him, like, I don't think you should take away the playoff. If you're taking your head coach away for half the year and you guys still made the playoffs, go play fucking football, bro. Like, you deserve it. I think maybe, the head coach for half the season. Maybe you lose some recruiting fucking slots or whatever, and a hefty fine or whatever that may be. You know what I mean? Maybe offensive coordinator as well misses a game or 2 in the thing. But I think it should have been 1 season and done and over with. Now here's my thing. If Harbaugh wasn't coming back, sorry, bro. You stepped up to be head coach. No more. You're going for the year, bro. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Year 1, figure it out with an OC, bro. But we're not talking about this shit no more. We're eliminating it now. And that's what it's. But the fact that we're even talking about because he bought some dude a burger to start it all out with, and then it turned into science steal because it was a culmination of both. Mm-hmm. It's kind of stupid. Like, you know what? The NCAA, you got egg on your face, dude. They made a movie about it. The kid told you straight out what he did. He left it. He's more successful since he's left Michigan than he was at Michigan. Let's just leave it at that. All right?
I mean, the guy coached 2 high school teams in the same season.
He coached Bryce Underwood.
Yeah.
How do you get fired and they go coach the number 1 kid in the recruiting class for that year? You know what I mean?
So goes to Michigan.
It is, yeah, exactly. It is what it is. All right, let's wrap it up. Just like we're going to wrap up the conversation of this football player because I'm kind of tired of talking about him as well. But it all came to a head and a culmination here. Former BYU quarterback Jake Retzlaff has announced his commitment to Tulane as a walk-on. What does this ultimately mean for Retzlaff in the Green Wave? Can he win QB1 job this late in the season? I got 3 topics to touch on after that. Just, Boomer, you started off real quick. What do you answer there?
We love the Green Wave. So, I mean, props to get some headlines for them. That's what I'm here for. Like, if you're willing to do this and you give a guy a chance because prove that he shouldn't have gotten in trouble there, the preferred walk-on, awesome, in my honest opinion, just to let you give a chance.
Dino, what are your thoughts on that before we hit the next week kind of topics on it?
Again, I'm glad it's finally over. Just move on from it. I'm glad he was actually able to find a program. And I'll leave the rest of my comments for these next 3 points.
All right. Now, again, he's walking in. Can he win a QB1 role? I don't know. Because we saw last year, Ty Thompson was there. They had another backup who Hayden Hauser was there, right, who had done well. And then all of a sudden, Darian Menza, the 3rd stringer, was the guy who come out of nowhere to win it. But he had been there the whole camp through spring and fall. This guy's coming in right before fall camp starts, No playbook. It's not like the BYU playbook. We're on a totally different kind of playbook here. Got to get on page with his receivers. A whole new receiver room. All these guys have pretty much moved on. Keith's gone. Mario Williams is gone. And there's another gentleman they had there. So it's 3 new wide receivers, a whole new room, a new head coach in his second year. But I don't know, because you have Caden Samiza, who's coming over Ball State. He was listed as QB1 over there. And this is a kid that we both liked out of Ball State. He's used that dual threat capability. You had mentioned the guy with Sullivan as well. And then Donovan Leary is over there as well. So it's a deep room. Maybe nobody's come to fruition and taken over. But now they add Retzlaff. I don't know if he could just go in there and take that job right away. But my other question is, who has more stability in the quarterback room right now? BYU or Tulane, right? And what does head coach John Summerall have on the line here if Retzlaff flops? Like, could he be looking for a new job in the future if this doesn't work out? Dino, we'll lead off with you.
As for the room that has the most stability, I'm still going to go with Tulane, just because they have the 3 guys outside of Retzlaff who have been there during the entire offseason. When you look at BYU, I'm hearing rumors that they may start true freshman Bear Bachmeier week 1, who, I mean,
he was supposed to be at Stanford.
He was, yeah. And that's a lot of pressure. Like, BYU was expected to be something this season, and now all of a sudden you're throwing in a true freshman, which, I mean, sure, he's got his brother there to help him, but that's iffy. And then you, like you said, you look at Tulane, you got Samanza, you got Sullivan, you got Leary, who have all been there during the offseason. Right. So even if Retzlaff doesn't pan out, you still have these 3 guys who know the system, who can compete. And then for John Summerall, if Retzlaff flops, I don't think it costs him his job this season. I think he's going to take a lot of heat, though, because that's a huge swing and a miss, especially with the backstory, whether with however you want to look at that. It's a huge swing. But then on the hindsight, if it hits, it's going to be one of the smartest moves of the season. If it hits, I think Tulane could potentially be that group of 5 team that makes the playoffs. And yeah, they're starting 3 new wide receivers, but it's still a talented group. They could make some noise. Like, they could honestly be this year's Arizona State if this hits right.
I mean, I love Shaz Preston. I think coming out of Kentucky, he was supposed to be a dude, and I think maybe, tearing down and getting comfortable at Tulane would help.
It's an older room too. It's an older, so it's not like freshmen that transferred in.
Right,
it's,
right,
it's
right.
Upperclassmen.
Correct.
Yeah.
My thing is I just hope that Retzlaff comes in there, piss the fuck off, because I got to change schools because I had sex. Sorry, for lack of, like, you know what I mean? It was, I saw it on X. It was the BYU Jew to what is it? Tulane. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
like we went from the BYU Jew to Tulane. But my concern is he doesn't get the playbook right off the rip. And now it's a battle between him and Caden Samiza. And say Caden Samiza starts off week 1 and 2, right? And then Retzlaff gets comfortable and wins it. Do we have this big quarterback controversy? Are we going, we're going to 1/2 Retzlaff, 1/2 with Samiza? I think that Retzlaff, if he's as good as he is, he played in the Big 12 and was dominant last year. Like, so BYU was right there in contention to win the Big 12 last year because of him, because LJ Martin was hurt for half the year. So he was the reason why in the defense that they were in it. So I think he'll be okay.
So it's funny you say that, though, because if you look at Tulane's schedule, it's lined up for that to happen. Like, Samanza could come in, bully Northwestern, bully South Alabama, then Duke against Menza, then Ole Miss. Like, those 2 games could be like, okay, it's Retzlaff ready if he's not already the starter.
I think Retzlaff would play Duke. I think that would be Summerall's
a second half of Duke, I think.
Start him. We're going to go Menza for the first 2 weeks. Let Retzlaff get real comfortable with the playbook if he's not comfortable out of fall camp. And I'm coming at you, Menza.
So you're 2-0.
Here's your replacement.
You're 2-0. You're 2-0. You're going to replace your starter week 3?
There would have to be a conversation.
Can I chime in real quick?
Good.
Have you seen Northwestern play on week 1?
Yeah, I know.
They're one of the toughest teams in football.
They are,
That's
but it's,
Like, look, they might be the toughest team in football week 1. Period. Like, they should never beat Notre Dame in Dublin. Never.
True.
But and honestly, wasn't close. Right? You want to talk about a hard-nosed football team? I mean, nobody likes to play at Northwestern, period.
well, it's in New Orleans.
And I get that, right? It's New Orleans, but we're talking about a different level. Big Ten is, I'm going to punch you in the face. Northwestern has been that way. They stay that way.
I mean, they got Preston Stone too, who at quarterback. So
They're really solid.
Yeah, but
Here's how this could easily go. You might see a change at quarterback at halftime.
Brian, hold on real quick. Brian, he was at BYU the year before. He only played 3 games. It wasn't like year 1 in BYU was this year. It's year 1 for him at Tulane, learning the playbook today, trying to catch up. It's not even the same program, same scheme. So, like, I know he was tested last year and played well in Big 12, but I don't know if
he threw like 3,900 yards passing last year, right?
hit 2,900 yards passing, 20 touchdowns, 12 picks. And there was a couple games, though, where we were like, is he regression? Is he regressing? And he came out of it. But that's when he got the run game back. So when he struggled, they got the run game back.
I think that's what changes is the difference for him is he can run.
Right.
Like, I will tell you this. If he's not the starter, he could be the starter by halftime of the Northwestern game. I truly believe that, by the way.
I think he has more talent than Caden Samiza because, not for nothing, I like Caden Samiza, but it took Caden Samiza a year before he won that job at Ball State as well. So it's like going for a Big 12 school proving where you led your team to be right there in the mix in the end.
It's a good story for Tulane, too, if he does make it.
Keeps them relevant all year.
100%.
Hey,
but at the same time,
you know as well as I do, it's all about being relevant. And if you can be relevant because your quarterback comes in and takes up, you know what? The guy struggled. He did what he did, or he didn't do what he was said. And then he comes in at halftime to a losing game in Northwestern and wins that game. It is over.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great story, too. They'll probably make a movie about it because you're
talk
about a JUCO
kid. Can
kid.
you imagine week 2?
Three. That's going to be they're probably going to move that game to prime time. You might even get, whether it's who does Big 12? Our boy Matt. Kickoff. Yeah. It could be Big Noon kickoff too. Yeah, it's going to be all eyes on it because that's going to be a matchup. And Menza wants to prove something. If Retzlaff, I think who should be quarterback 1, he's going to want to prove something. Like, we were talking Temple. Tulane is a much better jump.
Huge jump over Temple.
Huge.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like I was taking the same teams like, NIU and UMass because like it's late. And everybody's saying the same. It's really late for you to go in and learn a totally different playbook. I wonder if they're going to make it pedestrian for him to start it out. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you what, this immensely lifts Arnold Barnes' stock through the roof. You have a mobile quarterback now. Now you're running lanes start opening, one less guy coming at you in the backfield. I think Barnes, I'm not saying he's going to be Mackay, right? But I think Barnes now automatically takes a step where he could have a lot more yardage for him and be more of a useful player for Tulane right out the bat.
100%.
All right. Guys, before we close it out, it's a great episode. It's great to have Milk Cotton. You are now Milk Cotton, not Russ no more, buddy. You are Milk Cotton. Okay, Milk Box, I'm sorry. You are the new Milk Box 2.0.
I'm back.
Hopefully I can keep you back and we can bring you weekly on here or bi-weekly, whatever we got to do. But it was a pleasure having you on, Boomer.
So glad to be back, honestly.
As always, love chopping it up with you.
Can I throw something in there?
Go ahead.
So I'm looking at Tulane's roster. Brandon Sullivan's not on it anymore.
Oh. Maybe that's why they went and got another
Maybe.
quarterback. And they have Tasby, right? Kellen Tasby and then Donovan Leary.
Yeah.
Donovan Leary is a dark horse. I thought Donovan Leary could have challenged Samiza. I think Summerall just didn't feel comfortable with the class. with the QB room in this and what he's got there on the table, and decided to go get the next hottest ticket available. And I don't blame him. Like, I wonder what it costs. I would like to see what the cost was for it. You know, whatever Tulane's tuition cost is, plus a couple $100,000, probably for this year. And then, you know, next year or midway through the year, they'll find some more money to hand him as he performs. But yeah, like I said, it could be a movie for this gentleman. You're looking at a JUCO kid, right? Riverside Community College to BYU. Now, imagine if he leads Tulane to the playoff. Like, kid bet on himself. They better figure out this dropping out, becoming a walk-on shit real quick, because if he successfully does this shit this year,
it opens a whole new can of worms.
This is why it's like last week. I truly believe they're going to figure out a temporary solution before the kickoff of week 0, because something's going to be bigger will happen down the pipeline.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I'm Nino Brown, Boomer, Dino. It's Overreaction Mondays. The boys are out. Media days. Get ready for some more hot fire content coming down here. It's the only place to get college football content you want. CFB Nation on all platforms. We out. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Say I am the governor of college football. Yes, sir. The mayor of college football, a.k.a. Downtown Nino Brown. Yes, sir.